Hey everybody, I'm with Daddy today. Yay! So listen, some of you have been joining, watching our shows, Greater Day Cafe, and so we just finished taping with the crew, and so perhaps by now you've seen that show. If you've not, you can go see it right there at www.Dr.D Greater Day Cafe. That's DRD Greater Day Cafe. So for season 4, we're actually doing a few things different. So we've got our crew that talks to you, give you different insights, wisdom, practical nuggets in terms of achieving your greater day. But you know, when Dad was with the crew, I just felt like there was just so much more that could be needed to be shared, and it was hard to squeeze that into the crew. So we're practically kind of giving him his own set now. So welcome to our first New Thought segment. Yay! So what we want to do in this segment is really introduce you to just some more in-depth awareness of what we mean when we talk about new thought and so forth. Unapologetically, we have certainly a very long-term relationship with traditional Christian community, and we never apologize for that. And at the same time, we don't apologize for this expanse of information that we've been walking into, or that we've been walking in, reading metaphysical literature, new thought, science of the mind, all of that. I'm new. I'm a student. I mean, I've been reading some of it for maybe 5 years or so now, but I'm a slow reader, okay? So whatever. But I will tell you this, as you know, when you first started ministering in this vein, you know, first of all, it's controversial because it goes beyond a lot of traditional teachings. It's very inclusive, but I have to tell you, it has changed my life because it has so opened me up, not for debate, but just understanding my power and what I think, what I say, and how it manifests in the universe, how it manifests in my space. And I'm floored that I just now got it. I'm absolutely amazed that I just now got it.
Well, you know, actually, God is the creator of what we call new thought or the metaphysical realm, because it was He that fused spirit with physical matter. Yes.
See how he said something like, okay.
God, it's an incredible thing that took place. You are one, I'm one with spirit. God fused spirit with matter.
And we are manifestation of that.
Right, we are a manifestation of that. You know? So He's the creator of that. So when I talk about new thought, it's simply expanding your awareness of who and what we are, God is, and the universe is, and also learning how to use the principles and the tools that the Bible has given us throughout the ages to use.
And that's the thing, when I first started reading, because in my solo segment coming up, I think I'm going to talk a little bit about my beginnings. Because when I started to read this, you know, I went to Sunday school all my life, all right?
Yes.
And so when I would read the literature, I would be like, oh, that's what Proverbs was saying.
Yes.
Oh, that's what, I mean, it was just like, wow. It gave me just another level of understanding, another level of comprehension. So I really wanted to, in season 4, I wanted to take time to dedicate a segment to new thought. And here is something that, and that's just what, and we're not dogmatic about it, so we just use a word because we feel like we need to use a word, but you can call it whatever you want to call it.
New thought and traditional teachings and experience have come together.
Absolutely.
It's amazing because in 1906, you had 2 groups. You had one group called the Pentecostal group, you know, per se, that was evolving. They was working miracles, A. Allen, Jack Cole, and so forth, okay? Then you had another group called New Thought. They were teaching the principles on how to duplicate these miracles. Not just doing it and not understanding what you're doing, but they could never come together because each one thought they had the blueprint on what God was doing. But when you go back and look at the time frame, there is New Thought over here teaching you how to create miracles, how to create blessings, how to create healings, how to manifest things. And on this other hand, there was the faith healers of the day that were actually doing the work.
So it's like spirit, God, universe was all speaking in that one
Yes.
at the same time. But in our mind,
We're
sometimes
so
we just
tunnel
like,
vision.
tunnel vision.
And so into our own little box, we can't see the bigger picture of
So
things.
we separate them.
Right, we
But they've
separate
been
them
one the whole time.
It all come from God.
Yeah.
you
It's
know.
almost like how sometimes we talk about male and female.
Yes.
You know, we're really one, you know, and yet we have these different physical
Yeah,
manifestations.
it's
but
all one.
yeah. And we spend so much time
Separating and debating and arguing about things, and basically all saying the same thing. You know,
Yep.
I'll give you some. If you go on YouTube and pull up the poet by the name of Rumi, Rumi,
Yes.
and listen to some of his poetry with music behind it. Now go look at the Songs of Solomon. He will help you understand just his poetry. His poetry will give you an idea on how to understand the Songs of Solomon. Nobody preached from the Songs of Solomon. Nobody talked about the Songs of Solomon, but it's right there.
It's right there.
It's right there, and it's real too. It's a relationship between me, myself, and I.
Song of Solomon.
Songs of Solomon.
A relationship
It's a
between
relationship.
me, myself, and I.
That's right. And he styles your subconscious mind in some time as a female and the conscious mind as a male. The subconscious mind is basically raw energy that must be directed by the conscious mind or by the spirit. See what I'm saying? So when you listen to his poetry, he gives you insight on understanding the Songs of Solomon, and it's beautiful. It becomes erotic. It becomes a lot of different things. You know?
Bishop is talking about being erotic. Woo. But yeah, so it's just so many different ways that you can read that. And you're right. I mean, I don't really remember talking much about Song of Solomon in Sunday school.
Very few people
Because
talk
we
about
didn't
it.
understand it. It just,
No.
you know, like,
Rochester was mentioning about dreams, you know, and I can't get into all of it right now, but feed your dreams, feed your vision, you know, feed it, feed it, feed it, feed it. You know, I was teaching once several months ago, tell a lie. If you must lie, tell a positive lie or a good lie that you want to come to pass. Reason being, in Numbers, we are taught not to lie. Why? Because when you speak, your words are powerful. Your words will not return back void, according to Isaiah 55th chapter. So if you claim that you're sick, then that is what's going to manifest in your life. Now, in the New Testament, it says, Jesus says this, the writer says, call those things that be not as though they were. Well, if it doesn't exist and you're saying it is, then that's a lie. By all practical standards, you see what I'm saying?
yes.
Now?
So the way you said it on that Sunday was lie
Yeah.
until it becomes the truth.
Lie until it becomes the truth. If you must lie, then tell a good lie, something that you want to come to pass in your life.
And that's the same thing as speak those things
Call those things that be not as though they were. And the reason we're told not to lie is because your words, all words, have the potential to manifest in your life. David put the pen and says, and let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, we pray. So whatever you speak, Isaiah 55 says, my word, take ownership. You have to take ownership of your word. Whether you take ownership or not, it is your word. My word shall not go out and return void. Whatever you speak, whatever you're saying, it goes out there and it will prosper whereto you send it, and it will not return void. It will not return empty. It must manifest something.
So a part of what I've been learning with New Thought is that power, that just what we've learned from our traditional readings, that whatever we speak, it has the power to manifest.
Word, your word.
And whatever we think, as a man thinketh, so is he.
That's right.
It manifests.
Your word.
And so with New Thought, we've been teaching individuals, and I heard you say feed the vision. We might do that in another. If we run out of time here, we'll come back to it. You know, what I've been learning is that not only do you have the power to think and say and then create from that, but that new thought is as simple as if you don't like the thought, get a new thought.
Right,
you don't like the situation you're in, create a new thought about that
Yes.
situation.
Or tell a different story about your life.
Which is a new thought.
That's right.
That's a new thought.
See.
You tell a different story. You speak about that situation differently. See, this is why I said we need a segment dedicated to this, because we're already at 5 minutes and we've like opened up 10 different conversations, right?
We are masters. We are masters at repeating our life story, the same story over and over again.
He did this, she did that.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
did this,
and we said we do it all the time. We complain, we repeat it all the time. So what
instead of
happens,
doing like what we said with Georgie,
Yes.
instead of doing like what we said on the other show, Georgie was talking about something and I started talking about relationships. So when I rehearse the story of my previous relationships, I don't rehearse, girl, he did this, girl, I
Right,
did
right,
this, and
right.
oh shit, no. What I say, I learned a lot. It was so educational.
Yes, yes.
That's
Find
a new
something
thought.
positive about
it was
it.
so educational.
Move on.
Yes, it was so. That's a new thought. Okay, so see, we're at 5 minutes already, and
Now,
okay.
let's take that. People wonder why they have bad relationships, okay? Well, there's a lot of reasons for that, but one of the reasons is you keep telling that same story.
you keep emphasizing
You
a
keep-
bad relationship.
You keep telling that same story. So, because your words are powerful, St. John chapter 6, verse 63 says, the words
I
I
can't
speak,
turn them off once he gets going. See,
the words I speak, the words I speak, the words I speak are life. Meaning that the word that you speak, a word really is a spoken thought, which is spirit. That word will leave your mouth and takes on a manifest form, a physical form somewhere in the universe. It has to, because the law says your word cannot return void. It must accomplish whatever you send it out to do. So whatever you are saying, if you keep saying, oh, I got a bad relationship, oh, I get all these bad men in my life, blah, 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 well, then you keep creating that, so it keeps showing up at your door.
Or you
now,
keep saying women are this, women no good,
women don't
blah,
like
blah,
me, you know. And we all do it. The power of awareness teaches us to be aware of what we're saying. Be aware of our thoughts. So if your thoughts are not thoughts that's going to produce a different outcome for you, then let's change that thought.
Get a new thought.
Get a new thought.
Get a new thought about it. Okay, listen, I'm trying to close again. He's turning me into a preacher. You know, they had like 3 closings. So for the 3rd time, we out of time, Daddy. And so I'm going to end the show like this, because we're going to do this some more. So this is a brand new segment called New Thought. So this is the conclusion that I want to put on this, because my dad and I did a father-daughter CD.
Powerful.
Right? We did a father-daughter CD. What did we title that? The second one was called The Law. And the first one, I forget. I think the first one was called I Am.
I'm a Godsend.
The first one was called I Am a Godsend, and the second was called The Law. But this was something that you shared on one of those CDs. You had a Mercedes-Benz. And every time you took the Mercedes-Benz in to get it fixed, when you left, you told the guy, see you next time.
Just made my next appointment.
So he was always seeing
That's right.
the repairman
Once a month, all
the
of a
next
sudden.
time. And finally, when you became aware,
Yes.
you got a new thought, and you changed that,
Yes.
and you said, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Not see you next time, right?
That's
All right,
right.
so see, like, that's the end of our first New Thought segment. Father-daughter time. I've been growing, learning so much, and we're going to do this again. So this is going to be a new regular, all right? Thank you so much for tuning in. You can see all of our past shows for Greater Day Cafe at www.Dr.D Greater Day Cafe. That's DRD Greater Day Cafe. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
You guys killed it.